like in college and there's, I don't know. In the NFL, you just don't think of a fan base that would travel. Whereas if you look like college, that's kind of the thing. My parents went to every, away game my senior year, and they had this group of people. There was always like maybe 150 to 200 people that always went to the games. But it just doesn't seem like it would be like that in the NFL. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see that people are getting priced out. Because I don't know, maybe since the pandemic, people are putting their tickets up for sale, and
but you look at years even pre-pandemic, 4-4, and the last dominant win-loss year was 2018. They were 6-2, but the year before that they were 4-4. So it was just that window from like 12 to 16 or so, where it was just. You don't want to be here. This is just a nightmare for any opposing team. You're going to lose. You're going to have a false start every other series. It just felt like a given, and it's just slowly as the years have gone on, it just feels like it's become like any other place outside of Kansas City, maybe.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's a West Coast thing, but I have seen that. And somebody was texted in and said something about, hey, let's take over. Here it is, 253. Let's take over Levi Stadium. When it comes up here in November 17th. So he says he'll be there, but. Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of okay about it, and I think it's particularly on the West Coast when I go to San Francisco and go to L.A., whether it's the Chargers or the Rams, and certainly down in Arizona, that the Cardinals, the Seahawks fans have taken over down there for forever.
Yeah, they travel well. They've always traveled well, and that's always fun to hear the volume of that group that travels with the team. But it's just here at home, it's weird to sort of see how it's just kind of gradually gone into, I'm not going to say mediocrity. I think it's still a loud building, and again, it's hard for me to tell sitting in the press box the volume, but there were just times you could feel it, man. You could just feel it. And I've walked out into the tunnel before just to hear it. It make the hair on your arm stand up, and it feels like it hasn't been like that in a while. So not sure what's behind all of that. And you're right. Maybe they are being priced out and selling their tickets to opposing fans, because I don't know. What do you think the split was on that 49er game? You think it was like 65-35? Was it 60-40? Was it?
I don't know. I always feel like I overreact to it, because when I see anybody in different colored jerseys, I'm like, what are they doing here? Right?
There's a lot of 49er jerseys. Because I was sitting in traffic on First Avenue getting to the stadium, and there were 49er jerseys, fans everywhere. Like, it felt easily on the street anyway. It was 50-50, if not in favor of the 49ers outside.
Well, I'll say this on the other side, just to compliment the Seahawks fans a bit, but I don't think it was a worse mix than what I saw in Atlanta just now, and that's a long ways away. There was I would say it was maybe 75-25. So at least they're traveling well, right? Yeah. But yeah, I would like to see that that tradition come back where nobody comes in here and wins easily.
Yeah.
All right, that does it for us. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you missed anything from today's show or any day, all you need to do is head to seattlesports.com, click the podcast tab, scroll down to our picture and click on that, and it'll be right there waiting for you. And as Dave and Lefko tell you every time, click subscribe. That way it's downloaded automatically for you. You never...
Truck season continues at Kendall Chevrolet of Marysville. Add your Kendall discounts to current Chevy offers and incentives and save thousands. Add up current offers on new 2024 Chevy Tahoes in stock and get an additional $3,500 Kendall discount. Add current truck season savings to your $3,500 Kendall discount on any new 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 in stock. Take advantage of tax incentives on EVs, plus get an additional $3,000 Kendall discount on any new 2024 Chevy EV in stock. Chevy, together let's drive. Add up your savings and stop by Kendall Chevrolet of Marysville today. Kendall, let's start something great.
VIN number RR385950, RG445647, and RS255841. All financing on approved credit, all factory rebates subject to change. Prices listed do not include taxes, title, or license. Negotiable documentary service fee of up to $200 may be added at the sale price of the vehicle. Subject to prior sales, see dealer for details. Offer expires 10/31/24.
Safety comes first. When money is tight, Bucky's has you covered with available financing. For oil changes, wiper blades, brakes, tire rotation, tune-ups, and factory maintenance, it's Bucky's Complete Auto. No appointment necessary and financing's available. Check Bucky's.com for the location near you.
Asset Roofing, leaders in local metal roofing. Asset Roofing makes each metal roof at their headquarters custom to each job. This allows for up to a 30% discount for the customer.
Asset Roofing, excellence is on the house.
Are you constantly dealing with a runny nose, nasal congestion, or stuffiness? Always having to clear your throat or coughing? I'm Dr. Ryan Stern with the Stern Sinus Center. Rhine Air is a simple, non-invasive procedure that can significantly reduce your symptoms. This long-lasting treatment is available here in my office. In a clinical study, 88% of Rhine Air patients experience a significant reduction in their symptoms. We're proud the Stern Sinus Center was recently named a nationwide center of excellence. Schedule your appointment in Auburn or Federal Way or go to sternsinus.com.
Hey, Brock Ewart here, and as you know, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm honored to partner with the Harnish Auto family and the Carol Milgar Breast Center in the fight against breast cancer. For every test drive this month, they'll donate $25 on your behalf. Simply visit any of their 6 amazing dealerships, including Subaru, Volkswagen, and Chevy Buick GMC of Puyallup, or Kia and Chevy of Everett. No purchase necessary. Just take a spin and make a difference. It's the Harnish Auto family, where people matter.
Hi, I'm Stuart Holmes, Elections Director for Washington State. Washington's general election is November 5th. Visit votewa.gov by October 28th to register online or make sure your registration is up to date. After October 28th, register in person at a county elections office or voting center until 8 p.m. Election Day. Secure your vote. Register today.
Sponsored by the Office of Secretary of State and aired in cooperation with the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey everybody, Bob Stelton here for Johnson Fitness and Wellness, where I got my home gym. Now the difference? Their expert staff. They ask great questions like, what are your fitness goals? What kind of space are you working with at home, and what's your budget? Johnson Fitness and Wellness experts get you the right machine for your home gym dream setup. And right now, in-store only while supplies last, mention this ad and our listeners get an indoor cycle for free with Select Force USA Home Gyms. Shop stores in Bellevue, Tacoma, Linwood, or visit johnsonfitness.com.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
I'm attorney Rob Iddens, proud Marine Corps veteran and owner of Warrior Injury Law. I'm a 5th-generation Pacific Northwesterner, graduated from UW and Seattle U School of Law. At Warrior Injury Law, we have years of experience in the trenches, fighting insurance companies for the people of Washington, my people. Forward, if you've been injured, you need a lawyer that is tough, confident, and battle-tested. Call us at 253-WARRIOR for your free case review. Warrior Injury Law, battle-tested.
Eddie's! Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer.
Welcome to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show is at 7 every Thursday, right here on Seattle Sports 710, broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court. Look who I got. He's back, Paul Moyer. The guy you guys are all here to see, Mr. Moyer, is back with us. How you doing, Paul?
I'm good. I'm good to be back, especially after a win. It was a tough 3 weeks before we finally got that one last week. That was a good win. I'm excited about this next game.
That's why he left, because he said, I got to switch something up. We're losing, so.
You know why I left? Had the wedding thing for my son. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Really, really special. Good memories.
Good stuff. Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
That's got to be awesome. All right, man, let's talk about these Seahawks, man. It's, as you guys know, you got the win last week, and some messages might have been sent to the locker room this week, Moyer. Jerome Baker is no longer with the team. They moved him over to Tennessee. In return, you get a young man by the name of Ernest Jones IV. I remember him when he was with the Los Angeles Rams, and he was a ball player.
Yeah.
And as soon as the trade goes down, we do what we do. We're watching film. We're trying to figure out who he is as a player and what the Seahawks got in return. So when you flip that film, let me back up. First, what did you think of the trade initially, and then what you see when you put the film on?
I was at work, and my son kept trying to call me. I go, something's up. That shows how big of a Seahawk fan he is. And then I see the text. At first, I was like, wow, I can't believe we made a trade. And I was like you. I mean, Ernest Jones, when he was with the Rams, I thought he was a problem for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
He was a playmaker, a more traditional inside linebacker, tough, good physical guy, strong. Even though they say they weigh the same, him and Baker. They don't look the same size. Ernest Jones looks like he's well built. He can take on guards. He's got really good push extension with his hands. Good anticipation. I think that's one thing we all talked about, you, Nass, and I, when we were over hanging out at Earl's earlier, which we'll talk about. It's just how impressed his instincts are, how quick he reads things, and how he attacks the gap. So, look, they're not messing around. It's 2 weeks in a row, big trades. You get Robertson Harris last week. That's going to be a huge upgrade for us, particularly, the way we rotate our defensive line. And then Ernest Jones paired with Dotson. I think this is going to help Dotson, too, because when you had Dotson and Baker, two undersized linebackers, man, it's hard to have two of them. You need one guy who can really take care of the run. And you're going to like Ernest Jones. He's young. He's 25 years old. He's physical. He has good instincts. He can cover as well. He's not probably as fast as Baker, but I think you're going to like what we get from him.
Yeah, no, I love it. When I watched the film, I saw all the things that you saw. He is stepping downhill, taking on guards, and delivering a pop. He's not always trying to avoid. There are times in a place where you can't avoid. His instincts are good, just like you mentioned. I'm excited. I think this lets everybody know on this roster that if you don't do your job, this is a performance-based business, or if we don't feel like you're doing your job, we have to do things to make this team better. The week before, they bring in Roy Robertson Harris, and I watched him on that defensive line, and it just seems like the box is getting more physical. And when the box is physical, it's going to help everything else on the back end. More interceptions, more mistakes by the quarterback. So I think this is essential to building a defense, especially a week where you got to see Josh Allen, who hasn't turned the football over, not in the air at least. He does have a fumble. But, just get more physical in the box. I like that identity.
Yeah, I think you saw it last week that, just having Robertson Harris as well, the way the pocket collapsed, keeping guys fresh. It was consistent pressure that we put on Cousins, and we talked about this. If you can keep him gut pressure, he doesn't take a lot of sacks, he's going to throw a couple to us, and he did. So that's big. And I think that was a message, too, is that, hey, if you guys aren't consistent, we're going to go find people who are.
Right.
So I think it also gives, let's fast forward to this week. It's not that Baker, I thought Jerome Baker, he is a good football player. He can run, he can make plays, but the inconsistencies, and they weren't changing. The amount of times he was running underneath blocks, at times just waiting. I mean, he just wasn't reading. I think his lack of confidence, I think he lost his confidence somewhere along the way. And when you're an undersized person, an undersized linebacker, you've got to beat the guards and centers to your gap. You have to force them quickly off that double team, because if you do that, then our defensive linemen can make the play.
Right.
If our defensive linemen are holding their ground, you're in the gap quick. If you're late to it, there's nowhere to go. I mean, he couldn't see over the guards, and now you're hooked as well, and so there's no way to even work over the top. And so what do? You get lazy. You go, I think I'm quick enough. I can go underneath this block and maybe get back into my lane. It's so hard to do in the NFL. So I think what you now have for Coach McDonald is, I think he has all the pieces. He's got all the pieces on the defensive line we have that can rotate, which you want to do to keep a line fresh. You've got edge rushers that are young and good. You have now 2 linebackers who can run, and one of them's a more traditional downhill, really instinctive player against the run. We had to have one of those. We have that now. And then in the secondary, we're going to have Jobe on later too. We've got competition in the secondary at corner that's unbelievable. It's probably the deepest corners we've ever had.
Yep.
And then safeties, Kobe Bryant coming in, played phenomenal. You've got all the pieces to call whatever you want and have any type of matchup with personnel.
All the names you mentioned create a good problem to have, which is who are you going to play, right? Who am I going to trust the most to go out there and do a job? Let's go back to last week in Atlanta. I think that was fun to watch. It was we go into that game knowing that there are a couple things that the Atlanta Falcons do well. Kirk Cousins coming off a couple weeks ago throwing for 500 yards. What's his pass defense going to look like? You have Bijan Robinson in the backfield. You also have Tyler Algier, who got knocked out of that game. Are you going to be able to stop the run? Will this game travel down south and show us something that the Hawks haven't been consistent doing, which is stopping the run and then getting after the quarterback? It felt good to see these guys execute and cause these turnovers. I think you told me the stat. You had 1 week where you had a turnover. You had another week where you have a fumble return for a touchdown. But there was a span where turnovers just weren't happening and the Hawks were turning the ball over. It was nice to see this defense create those takeaways and get that W.
Yeah, we had 4 turnovers going into the game last week, and we had 3 of them in one game. And if you really look at that game, it was similar on both sides. It wasn't like we just stone cold stopped Atlanta the whole time. They were getting 30, 40 yards in a drive. But you get those 3 big turnovers, 3 of them, 1 for a touchdown. It's just a game changer in special teams. I thought we won the special team. We kick a 59-yard field goal. They miss a 50-yard field goal. Our punter, I think every time he pinned them inside the 20. So, special teams matter. Turnovers matter. We know the formula. We hadn't been doing that. And then on top of that, the amount of big plays we were getting, all fixable things. Stop running underneath blocks. Their first touchdown, their very first touchdown, at Robinson. We run underneath the block. The play's away. It's like, and I think this whole thing, Coach McDonald and Schneider and all of them said, hey, we've got a pretty good team. We got good players. If you're not going to listen, if you're not going to get this done, we're going to go find somebody who can. There's competition out there. We're going to have Josh Jobe, as I mentioned. He's from Alabama. The great Nick Saban said, make me, force me, find me a reason to play you. Mm-hmm. Coaches don't play guys who aren't the best. So I think, I think we're a better team today and when we go into Buffalo than we were a week ago and certainly 2 weeks ago.
Once again, Geno plays a solid football game, scores or throws 2 touchdowns, 207 yards. And when you look at the stat sheet, it's not going to overwhelm you. You're not going to say, oh, Geno must have had a good game. But when you watch him work in that pocket, you watch him operate in tight spaces, you appreciate what he's doing for this offense.
47% of his passes last week, he was hurried. All right, that was the 3rd most in the NFL this year. That's a big number. It doesn't always mean it's sacks. It just means he's got to hurry up. The way he worked in the pocket, and I'll close it with this. Go watch the last play before the half with 10 seconds left. He completed it with 4 seconds left. What he did, just the way he stepped up, that ball carried 41 yards in the air. 41 bullet, dime. Great read, no timeouts, the decision-making. So, yeah, I think Geno, I've argued with people on Twitter, he's playing as well as any quarterback in the league, particularly the way he's working in the pocket.
Yep, I agree 100%. Geno leading the charge, and this defense is getting healthy. All right, man, 1 segment down. We are just getting going. When we come back, we'll get an opponent preview from Sal Capaccio. He's a Bills beat writer and sideline reporter. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
Tune in this Sunday as your Seattle Seahawks take on Buffalo. Kickoff at 1:05 p.m. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Proud sponsor of the Seattle Seahawks and the Northwest's biggest and best casino.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. Every Thursday at 7 right here on Seattle Sports 710. And now we are joined by the Giants beat and sideline reporter, Sal Capaccio. Sal, how we doing?
Pretty good, guys. How are you?
Good. We're doing good, man. Thanks for joining us. East Coast time. You about to go to sleep, man? What's your night looking like?
Yeah, actually, I did a podcast earlier tonight and trying to watch my Syracuse Orange, but they were getting completely demolished by Pitt tonight, so that didn't go so well. So now I'm just watching the Thursday night game.
What's the status on that Thursday night game?
17-14, I think the score is right now, as I just was hopping on with you guys. Pretty good game, actually, between the Rams and the Vikings, obviously. Rams getting a little bit healthier, getting some guys back, but the Vikings lost Christian Darrisaw, their outstanding linebacker.
Sal, just looking at the schedule, I mean, Buffalo's good. They're 5-2. But then I looked at the schedule, and they really don't have a good signature win. I mean, they beat Arizona early, and then Miami, Jacksonville, and then the Jets and Tennessee. Where do you think this team is, though, right now, in your opinion?
Well, you can only play who's on your schedule, right? I mean, there's only opportunities to get those signature wins if they present. And they did have a chance in Houston, and obviously that game didn't go their way, and they got beaten pretty handily at the Baltimore Ravens. But I think there's still a team that's in the top 8 in both. I think they're third best in the league in points for, 8th best in the league in points against, and they still have an elite quarterback, Josh Allen. He's one of the best in the league. He's the only quarterback in the NFL who's yet to throw an interception yet this season, believe it or not, considering what people generally think about him. They're still a very, very well-coached team on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, they lost some players last year, but the system really works for them. They've had some struggles, hot and cold at times, offensively. But I think, with the addition of Amari Cooper last week, we really saw them, they were down 10-0, then scored 34 straight unanswered points.
What's your perspective on Josh Allen? I appreciate that he is being more responsible with the football, right? 18 turnovers last year. Do you feel like he's losing some of that big play that he had when he was taking more risk, or do you feel like this style of play is conducive to these guys winning the division and making a run again?
Yeah, I mean, they've won 4 straight division titles, and, I think along the way, Josh has had times where he's had to kind of dial it back a little bit. I think last year was one of those years, actually. There was less big plays that were baked in there, and when they tried, they missed on some downfield. I don't know if Josh is necessarily being conservative necessarily this year. I think he's making good decisions with the football. One thing he's doing is running a little bit less. That started after he hurt his left hand in week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals. That's certainly happening. But this is what we call the Josh Allen experience. Look, we will all take the higher turnovers or interceptions, because if you don't, you're not going to get the incredible plays that come along with it. And that's what makes Josh Allen special. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. He has been for a while. He's been an MVP candidate every single year, for the last 4 or 5. And the reason is because he makes those incredible plays and he can do so much. But with that, he's going to take some shots. He's got a little bit of Brett Favre in him. So I always say, guys, hey, if you want to take those things away from Josh, then you're actually taking away what makes him special.
Yeah, look, I think it's been impressive this year to watch Josh. And, I'm just curious that, that Stephon Diggs, part of that maybe is, look, you got 12 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's only taken 9 sacks. So he's not taking sacks, and he's still not forcing the ball downfield. It's just not having Stephon Diggs there. Do you feel like he's just, I'm going to take what the defense gives you?
Yeah, I think it's Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, right? I mean, they had a big transition at wide receiver. And I think that going into the year, they really felt that they had enough there, and they have an elite quarterback, and they can kind of get by. Well, as the season's gone on, one thing we noticed was, a lot of teams are just playing the Bills a lot more man-to-man because they didn't have separators. They have good receivers, just not separators. Khalil Shakir underneath, Dalton Kincaid in the middle of the field. That was great, but they just were not getting guys open enough where Josh could really take those shots and, felt comfortable. Well, that's why they traded for Amari Cooper last week. He comes right in. He makes a big impact in week number 1. He's going to have an expanded role again this week, and I think that's really going to start to open up the offense a little bit. But, the other part is I think the Bills have kind of wanted to go to this model a little bit of, their mantra is everybody eats, right? Because the last couple of years, Stephon Diggs has eaten up so many targets, and he's a great receiver. There's no doubt. You want to throw him the football. But I think there's also comes a lot of pressure with having to kind of feed a guy like that. And the Bills, they really operated with more of a loose offense, and it kind of doesn't matter where they go, and you have to kind of defend the whole field on them. And that includes the running game, which obviously has been very good for the most part this year as well, with a pair of very good backs. James Cook, who was, for the first year and a half of his career, and now is again. And now Ray Davis, who's been in the mix, who's done an excellent job.
Hey, when you look at this team on paper, right, you look at their overall ranking on offense, overall ranking on defense, how they run the ball, how they defend the run, you can get convinced that they're just an okay team. But the numbers that stick out to me the most are the points that they score and the points that are allowed. Like, make that make sense to me. How are they seem to be mediocre everywhere else, but when it comes to scoring, they excel at that?
Because they concentrate on what's most important, and that's keeping teams out of the end zone. They have a very, very good red zone defense. They're ranked 6th in the NFL. They're a bend but don't break defense. I mean, last week against the Tennessee Titans, for example, they were getting outgained at halftime 217-90, and they were only down 10-0 because they buckled down the red zone. Now, that was terrible because they weren't playing very well. They had a bunch of 3-and-outs. They made mistakes. And then in the second half, they completely outgained the Titans 300-70-something, which was incredible. They had two halves. But look, this is an experienced coaching staff. Sean McDermott, they've won 4 straight division titles, an experienced quarterback. They understand that it's a long game. They understand how to make changes throughout the game, the ebbs and flows of games. And what's most important to them is keeping teams out of the end zone on the defensive side and then converting when you're on the offensive side. And so far, they've done a really good job. They're 7th in the league in red zone efficiency offensively, 6th in the league in red zone efficiency defensively. So they're going to and they're going to be willing to bend a little bit. And the other part is, guys, I mean, they've actually kind of they're the numbers, like when you look at it there and you say, like, being mediocre, they're kind of bad actually in yards per game on the ground, right? I mean, they're 29th in the league in yards per play on the ground. It's just not going well. But their defense is structured to say, hey, look, if you want to run against us, we can live with that. We're not going to let you make big plays. The Bills, and Sean McDermott's tenure, the Bills are one of the best, if not the best team in the league, just not allowing big plays over the top. I think they've only allowed one of those this year that went for a touchdown, and that was because a rookie safety was starting due to injury, and that was Nico Collins of the Texans. So, their philosophy is, hey, you can run on us a little bit. We'll be okay with that. You're just not going to throw the ball down the field and get big plays on us and score points.
Yeah, this defense, the way they play together is really good. I mean, I don't know if it's their philosophy of just having really smart players. The guy who just jumps out at me is I'm not sure if it's Terrell Bernard. Just watching him, smart, tough guy. Just talk about some of those linebackers.
Yeah, well, he might not play this week, guys. He has an ankle injury, and he is a terrific player. There's no doubt about it. One of the kind of more frustrating parts of the last couple of years is we've been denied here. The Bills have been denied of seeing Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano on this field at the same time. Matt Milano is an all-pro. He's incredible. But, he broke his leg last year in week number 5, and then when he came back this year, he was ready to play, and then he tore his biceps in training camp. So he's been out all year. So Dorian Williams in his second year has been filling in, and he's just getting better every week. Dorian Williams just flies around. He plays like his hair's on fire. And Terrell Bernard, he's just such a great athlete. He plays the middle. He's an undersized middle linebacker. He's not a throwback like a Ray Lewis. This is a guy that really probably is more built physically to play the will linebacker spot, but he's so tough and he's so mentally, his high IQ, he's all over the field as a middle linebacker. Now, if he doesn't play, Balen Spector will fill in for him. And Balen Spector isn't Terrell Bernard. He's a very good north. He's more of a throwback. He's more of a north-south, make tackles kind of guy, but he can be had in coverage a little bit, which we've seen. So that's going to be a big area for the Bills to kind of see where they go. And look, the Bills play pretty much exclusively nickel defense. So where most teams have 3 linebackers, the Bills' 3rd linebacker is actually their slot corner, and that's Taron Johnson. And for my money, he's the best slot corner in the league. He's a first-team All-Pro last year. He's smaller, but he's very physical, and he's a terrific cover corner.
Hey, Sal, Moyer and I have covered the Seahawks for a while, and there's nothing like a good interview, right? A guy who's engaging, has personality, and it seems like you got to get that in Keon Coleman, man. How fun is it talking to this young man and then seeing him have the best game of his career last week with, 125 yards?
Yeah, I mean, he made his presence known right away. You guys saw probably the viral clips after he was drafted of the big yellow coat that he wore at the media room. And, he's taking candy from the media table and talking to people. And, he came in, he drafted at 20 years old, right? I mean, he can't even legally buy a beer after he gets drafted and comes to Buffalo. And he's a young guy. He just loves football. And he is very engaging. You're right about that. He's kind of quiet at times, but and the funny thing about Keon is, like, he'll say something, and you think, like, he's trying to be funny, but he's not. He's just being honest, and it's really funny, and that's just his personality, and he's engaging like that. And really to see him grow on the field. There's a guy that, people really hammered the Bills for making that trade with the Chiefs on draft day, and the Chiefs going up to get Xavier Worthy. Everybody thought the Bills should have taken Xavier Worthy, and, oh, my God, how can you trade with the Chiefs and the Super Bowl champs, the team that's beaten you? But, the Bills didn't want Xavier Worthy. They could have drafted him there, and despite the player he may turn out to be, they knew that they wanted Keon Coleman, and they were able to jump down. They were able to get him. He fits in this offense very well. And, he's a guy that people might not realize. This kid played basketball at Michigan State, and he played football at Florida State when he transferred he's just such a great athlete. And he was a guard at Michigan State. Like, he's just so great on his feet. He's really well balanced. You saw that with his rack last week, run after the catch. So, he's a fun kid to cover, and I think he's going to have a really nice career.
Yeah, I'm enjoying watching him do his thing, and we appreciate you taking time out of your day, Sal, man.
Yeah.
You take care and talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on.
All right, he's Bill's sideline and beat reporter Bill
4
Capacci.
years ago, had him 4 years ago. I remember him. He's just as good. And I remember we both said, that was a really good interview there. So
yep.
appreciate him coming on.
Good dude, especially East Coast, man.
Yeah.
Man, East Coast time?
Yeah,
Goodness
it's
gracious.
10:30, past my bedtime.
Yeah, I'd be knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, when we come back, we got more to do. We will talk to corner Josh Jobe. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
Want to listen to Seattle sports on your smart speaker?
Hey, smart speaker, play Seattle sports.
This message is powered by the EQC Sportsbook at Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and we got some exciting news at the station. Riverside Roofing and 710 have renewed our partnership into a deal that will carry us into our 8th calendar year working together. A big thank you to Don, Brandon, Jordan. Not only are those guys terrific roofers and businessmen, but even better people. And I've been fortunate to get to know them, text them back and forth, playing golf together. Just truly awesome people. And all that matters when choosing who you want to work with. People want to work with people they like. And most importantly, they want to work with people they can trust. And that's Riverside Roofing. You've heard me say it for years now, and you'll continue to hear it for a whole lot longer because it's true and it works. We've had people text into the show. They say, Salk, you told me I could trust them, and you were right. If you have an upcoming roof replacement, they need to be your first call. Again, big thank you and congratulations to Riverside Roofing. You can find them at riversideroofingllc.com, and they are the roofing company you can trust. That's riversideroofingllc.com.
As fall and winter weather sets in, your lawn becomes a muddy mess, and your kids and pets bring the mud inside. But with Synthetic Turf Northwest, you can have a lush, green yard year-round. No mud, no mess. Their premium synthetic turf systems drain fast and stay clean, no matter how hard it rains. Right now, during the Fall Blitz, you can save up to $1,500 on a new synthetic lawn. So say goodbye to muddy paws and say hello to your dream lawn. Call Synthetic Turf Northwest today or visit syntheticturfnorthwest.com to get started.
Hey, Brock Ewart here, and as you know, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm honored to partner with the Harnish Auto family and the Carol Milgar Breast Center in the fight against breast cancer. For every test drive this month, they'll donate $25 on your behalf. Simply visit any of their 6 amazing dealerships, including Subaru, Volkswagen, and Chevy Buick GMC of Puyallup, or Kia and Chevy of Everett. No purchase necessary, just take a spin and make a difference. It's the Harnish Auto family, where people matter.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
John here with Happy Hauler. Furniture and household items you plan to throw away? We work with organizations all over Western Washington to donate used items. Happy Hauler is Seattle's eco-friendly junk removal. HappyHauler.com, hauling with a heart.
Hey, diamond lovers. Shane Company knows fine jewelry. That means a lot when you're looking for a dream engagement ring, a beautiful keepsake, or the perfect gift. When it's this important, you want someone who knows exactly how to work with your budget, not against it. Someone who knows you deserve a piece more beautiful than you've ever imagined. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've always sourced our diamonds and gemstones directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Come see us in store and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. So many in stock and ready to take home today. Create your dream engagement ring in 3 easy steps, or pick a perfectly preset ring that's created by our in-house design team. Browse our selection of fine jewelry gifts for everyone in your life, from diamond and gemstone studs to must-have tennis bracelets and beautiful birthstone necklaces. With our everyday competitive prices and unmatched free lifetime warranty, Shane Company is your go-to destination for fine jewelry. Visit shaneco.com and come in to see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
Welcome back to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. Every Thursday at 7 o'clock right here on Seattle Sports 710. We're broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court. And now we are joined by corner Josh Jobe. Josh, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Feeling great.
Appreciate you taking time out of your night on a Thursday to holler at us, man. It was fun watching you, man. We saw that you were going to get some time. Didn't know how much time you were going to get, but when you were out there, you were doing your thing, man. I'm always happy for, especially undrafted guys. Paul and myself were both undrafted, so to see you go out there, get an opportunity, and take advantage of it was fun. What was that like for you?
I mean, it was great, you know. Like you said, undrafted guys don't get this a lot of opportunities, so I had to take advantage, and they opened the doors for me, so I had to play my heart out. I had to preparate the right way and play fast.
Josh, watching you, whenever I watch younger corners and getting their opportunity, I like to see if they get up and how confident they are up and bump and run. And you have no problem with that. Matter of fact, you were up, I think, more than probably anybody else out there from a corner standpoint. Is that just something that you love in your game, or is that something the coaches just said, no, we want you up and press?
Press is the part of my game, you know. I'm actually good in press, and we played a lot of man a lot, so, you know, a grown man play a man's game, you know, so.
Josh, you're from Alabama, or you played for Alabama, and there are certain expectations when you see Bama boys out there on the football field. What did you learn during your time at Bama that you brought to the NFL, and why are guys from Bama so successful in the league?
I mean, it's all about standard. You know, you play for the name in the back of your jersey, and you have to have a high standard and play to that standard.
Hey, Josh, when you guys got a deep defensive back room. I mean, there's the corner, the competition is there, and the safeties. You know, competition can do funny things to teams. Sometimes guys don't talk that much because the jobs are at stake, and other guys, you know, they're a really close-knit group of DBs. What's your group together when you're in those meeting rooms?
I mean, we have a great group of guys. Julian Love, we have Williams, Witherspoon, you know, all those guys are great guys. We know we're here to win games, and we're here to play for each other, net see each other, you know.
Carl Scott is, you know, one of your coaches, obviously. What's he like? Because all I get from Carl Scott is what I see on the practice field and whatever I pick up on YouTube when I'm watching him speak to the masses. Describe what he is.
Oh man, Coach Scott, he's a great coach. You know, he keep us on top of the line, make us stay focused, and generally he's just a great guy off the field and on the field.
Hey, the one thing about you, and I think part of why you didn't look daunted at all in this game is, look, you've been around the block a bit. You know, you're at Alabama, started the last 2 years there. You win a national championship. You get some time at Philadelphia. I'm watching you in this game and just the way you move. How do you end up in Seattle? Did you have other teams looking for you as well?
I mean, other teams didn't want me, and I think the Seattle Seahawks gave me the opportunity to come into their organization and be successful.
So you're from Florida. That's a long flight, brother. Florida to Washington. What's that transition? Obviously, you're in Philadelphia for a little bit, but what's it like in the Northwest? How are you enjoying it so far?
I'm enjoying it, man. It's cold, it's peaceful, and it's just a new environment to get adjusted to. But I love being in Seattle, though.
Well, the 12s are going to love you too. So the one thing is, you know, they're diehard fans here. So enjoy that. Hey, looking ahead for the Bills, good matchup, good team, 5-2. Josh Allen, obviously a special quarterback. What do you guys see there? What kind of challenges do they bring to you guys this week?
We know he's a scrambling at quarterback. We just have to anticipate. We have to just play without instinct, and wherever the play call coach give us, we have to just adjust to it and play hard and play physical.
Hey, did you have a family at the Atlanta game? I know that's not too far from where you're from.
Oh yeah, I have my girlfriend, my brother, my agent, and my cousin there. So I have quite a family in ATL.
You had a little bit of overlap. Brought up Coach Scott. He was at Alabama when you were there also. Is that correct?
Yes.
What's different? What he taught maybe at Alabama. Have you seen a little bit of change? Is there a different scheme to what you ran at Alabama to where we are in Seattle?
It's pretty much, it's nothing different, you know. It's all the same, what Coach Scott coached me and coaching the secondary.
What's you played in the toughest conference in college football, the SEC, and obviously you guys put a lot of guys out, but I would assume that there's still a transition that happens to the NFL. What was the biggest difference from playing in the SEC, playing college football, to now getting reps in the NFL?
Difference everybody is good in this league, so it's all about technique and fundamentals at the end of the day. So that's why I see what's different in this league.
All right, he is Seahawks corner Josh Jobe. Man, we appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend. We hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, that was Josh Jobe. Moyer,
I tell you what, he's a good player.
He is, man.
I was trying to ask him, how did you end up here? How was other teams not clamoring to get you? You know, he, again, played good football at Alabama. He's got good size. He looks like a corner.
Right.
I was watching him early in the game, and I was like, man, he is not afraid to be up and bump. And I was curious, is that what, hey, you know, there are some guys, if you play man-to-man, you know, you can play off, you can be in bump, you can run out, you can play soft corner. There's lots of different techniques to it. I want to, did they tell you bump and run here? Or are you one of those, if you got the option, you're up in their face? No fear, quick feet. I mean, I was watching him and Pritchard, and I was like, okay, who's the better corner of the two? And Pritchard's got some really good speed and closing speed. He's got some attributes that are really interesting. But this guy's got change of direction. He's strong. He's good in press. He's comfortable playing off. I was very impressed with what we got there. And it just adds to the competition. I mean, you got Pritchard now, you've got him, you got Trey Brown, obviously Woolen, you've got Witherspoon. Unfortunately, Artie Burns now is on IR, but that's a really deep group of people.
Sorry, really quick note on Josh Jobe. You asked him how he ended up in Seattle. So he got cut from Philly, and everything coming out of Philly said that people were surprised that he got cut. Because if you look at Philly last year, he played in a team-high 322 special teams plays. He was their top gunner. He graded out as the #1 special teams player on Pro Football Focus. He started 3 games last year. So people in Philly were generally surprised they had to carry a couple extra corners. Now, how he got here, obviously, John Schneider and the personnel team had eyes on him, but it's surprising that no one else reached out because he did have some really good film in Philly last year.
All right, that's our producer, NASA Chobe.
Yeah, thank you.
Give it up one time for NASA Chobe.
Look at that. Get some love there.
He goes, look, man, I got y'all. Chill for a little bit. I'm going to take care of this
I've got that one in my notes. I was just letting him take all the credit.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, we're glad that he's here because that DB room was extremely deep to start the season. And then you see guys start to drop. And then you wonder who's going to step up and be the next guy up. And to be in that position and do that, it's harder than what people think. I know people say they prepare like I'm going to be a starter every single week. Man, I went the weeks knowing dang well I wasn't going to touch the field, you know? And it's different when you have to turn it on and go out there and actually do it. So to see him have the confidence that you talked about to getting that bump and run, to be aggressive, is a testament to him being prepared and the coaches instilling that confidence in him.
Well, he had 6 tackles. He had 2 passes defensed. I mean, there was one, you heard me talk about him and Pritchard. I go, oh, man, if you just trust that. Just trust, get your feet and go. And he was there. It was almost like, wow, is this a setup? I'm right there. And, sometimes you got to trust your instincts go and you get an interception. Good player, though. And I think, obviously, Carl Scott having some familiarity with him at Alabama helped, getting him here also. But I'm shocked he wasn't on a team 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, come join us here at Hawks Live at Bellevue Square Center Court, where you'll have a chance to win gift cards from the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. Tonight, they're giving away gift cards to Ascend Prime Steak and Sushi and Castilla. When we come back, we'll go around the NFL. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
I was having trouble getting up and down my stairs at home. I thought, well, this isn't going to work because how am I going to go to Utah and do some hiking?
When Judy came to Sound Pain Solutions, her knee pain was preventing her from enjoying an active lifestyle. She was diagnosed with osteoarthritis. She tried numerous treatments and was told she should have surgery. I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. We were able to get Judy back to hiking with our comprehensive, non-surgical, and drug-free treatment.
I think that the Trigenics that they do along with the adjustment, the pressure wave, and the PRP are the best options for joint pain. And I would really recommend it to anybody who is suffering from joint pain and would like to avoid surgery.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our safe, drug-free, non-surgical treatment by calling Sound Pain Solutions or visiting soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Summer's over and you've had your fun, but now it's time to get back on track. Stop feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and start being excited about the new you that's possible. We want to be your teammate. No gimmicks, no tricks, no drugs. Just teaching you how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine and keep it off for the long term. We know the secret for fast and lasting weight loss using real healthy foods and lifestyle strategies designed to reset your metabolism. Schedule your free consultation online at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
There's a lot of things I love about this Eastside Weight Loss Clinic program, and it's not just the 35 pounds that I lost in 8 weeks. That was big, but it's keeping it off. It's the sustainability, and this program does it better than anyone else.
Our program has successfully helped thousands of people lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 60 days. You can start our program in person in Kirkland or virtually from anywhere you live. Schedule your free phone consultation today by calling 425-588-0080 or eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Roof now, pay later. Hi, I'm Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. Take advantage of our zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for up to a year. We've partnered with leading lenders to make the replacement or repair of your roof affordable. Flexible financing options are available to take the worry out of an unexpected expense. Call us today at 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule a free no-obligation estimate or visit us at stateroofing.com. That's stateroofing.com.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about football. It's exciting when Seattle fans shake the earth. You can even feel that energy on your 100-inch variable refresh QLED surround sound 7.1. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know that enjoying the game often involves alcohol. And the police know it too. Have fun, be responsible on game day, and pace yourself. If you feel sacked in the fourth quarter, get a designated driver to take you to your end zone. If you get carried away with too many Bloody Marys after too many Hail Marys, call for a timeout. You get the point. Be safe. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. Watching the game in your blue and green jersey is a lot more fun than wearing an orange jumpsuit.
1-800-DUI-AWAY. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection every Thursday at 7 right here on Seattle Sports 710. We're at Bellevue Square Center Court. I'm with my guy, Paul Moya. I'm Michael Bumpus, and we are with the greatest fans in all the land. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Give away free stuff. Get the people going. All right, man. It's we're going around the NFL, and I'm a bit confused right now. I'm confused because the Los Angeles Rams are winning 28-20. They're beating the Minnesota Vikings, the same Rams who feel like they're trying to start all over. They said Matthew Stafford is out there if you want him. Cooper Kupp is out there if you want him. It's weird for them to put all of that out there, yet still go out there and compete with the Minnesota Vikings. So then I look at the Vikings and I go, have you been fooling us this whole time? Have you been lying to my face? Are you really not that good of a football team? They are in a great division. The NFC North, I feel like, is one of the best, not the best division in football. So, yeah, man, what do you make of this whole situation?
It's the NFL. It's every single week. It doesn't matter. I mean, injuries, next guy up. We had Josh Jobe, play great football last week. We thought we were in trouble with Woolen and all those guys out. So the Rams have talent. They still have Stafford. They have a defense that's young. They figure out how to all of a sudden play together. The Minnesota starts coming back down to earth. All of a sudden you lose one game. You go, oh, we are mortal.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Maybe our quarterback, there's a reason why he's been a journeyman along the way. So, there's lots of reasons for it. For me, I'd like the Rams to lose right now because I just want to get them out of the way, let them start selling off. I mean, there's talk about Cooper Kupp getting traded. I don't see it happening because he's been injured so much, and the cap hit for the Rams and what somebody would have to take on, I think it's $26-27 million. So a lot of stuff there that I don't know. I dislike the Rams so much. I'm doing just a scotch below the 49ers. I just want them done. I just want them to move on, rebuild, and then let the Seahawks, take over for this division for the next 5 years.
I'm with you 100%. It looks like they're not just going to move on. It looks like they're putting up a fight, 28-20 with 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game, and they're on the road. Actually, no, they're at home, against the Minnesota Vikings.
It probably feels like a road game.
It always feels like a road game
the Rams
in L.A. for sure. Oh, man, let's talk about these Cleveland Browns. Man, you make the worst decision in franchise history. You bring over Deshaun Watson with all the drama that he brings, and then you pay him a guaranteed contract. He now ruptures his Achilles, and you get rid of Amari Cooper. You have arguably the best defensive player in the game on your team. I mean, if you're the Cleveland Browns, where do you go from here?
You got to get a new general manager. I mean, that decision, the whole Watson decision. And, there was things on film before that, too, right? I mean, he had some great years. Don't get me wrong. He, really good with his legs at the time. He was young. I get it. But the risk, what they did, every dollar is guaranteed.
Yeah.
For them not to put in the contract any kind of way out is nuts to me. They're done. I mean, that will set them back another 3 or 4 years. Now, they have Jameson Winston, who can play. I mean, you get a veteran guy in there. They have not scored 20 points in 7 games. I mean, these are these are 1992 Seattle Seahawks offense numbers. I mean, it's really bad. So I don't know. I mean, part of me doesn't really care. I mean, I know some people were saying, he shouldn't have got booed when he hit his Achilles. I mean, that's not why they booed. I mean, there's other people in there spattering the boos for other reasons, would be my guess. But they might be a better team now with him injured because he looked awful.
Jameis Winston set to get the start over there. DTR filled in last week. I believe he threw 2 interceptions. So now you move on to Jameis. I want to see Jameis play just for the sound bites. It's going to be entertaining.
He had one last week.
And post game when he talks to the media. So I'm excited about that.
Do you remember when he first came in the league?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear some of his speeches?
Yeah.
They were horrible.
They're
were
horrible
so
but
bad.
great at the same time.
No, but he's turned into this guy who's become a motivational speaker. I mean, that's just maturity and age, right? And, I think now, I mean, I listen to him and I go, okay.
He's got you fooled.
Does he?
It's all, I think he just leaned into just to being silly and just
all right.
dramatic. And, but yeah, if you like him, I love him though. So let's
don't
root
know.
for Jameis.
I like some of his speeches. They're kind of funny.
Oh man. All right. So the Buccaneers, man, goodness gracious. The Buccaneers, you lose Mike Evans to a hamstring injury. And then with a minute left on the clock, Godwin goes down. And Todd Bowles is getting a lot of flack for having him in the game still. Me personally, this is football. This is the NFL. It's not high school. It's not youth. You play your guys until they can't go anymore. I understand hindsight's always 20/20. People are going to judge him. But the Buccaneers are one of the teams that I said on Bump and Stacy today should look to get Cooper Kupp. If you're really trying to enhance your offense and help Baker, who's having a decent year minus the game the other night, you go ahead and put your bid in for Cooper Kupp, especially because the Rams say they are willing to take on some of that cap hit.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 teams that are on a bit of a free fall, and I think one is New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans came out the first 2 games of the year, and we all go, wow, this team's scoring 40 points a game. They're unbelievable, and now they've lost 5 games in a row, and Tampa Bay has a chance to go do the same thing. It's just they're so beat up. I think losing Godwin. Evans is really good, too. Godwin's got that speed. 2 really good wide receivers.
Yep.
I don't know how you come back from that. I think Baker Mayfield is kind of proven that he is a good quarterback in this league, but I think he's also a quarterback that he got to have all the parts around him, right? When you're just a bit undersized in this league, man, there's not a lot of margin for error. So all good for the Seahawks, teams that, you want everybody in the NFC to lose. It's just bottom line. Hopefully we can win the division, but if we can't, you want obviously an opportunity to get a wild card spot.
Speaking of the division, the 49ers, goodness gracious. You got Ayuk, who has pneumonia symptoms. Obviously, McCaffrey is out. Brandon Ayuk. This is why, listen, people don't like players holding out. This is why you hold out, because you never know when you're going to go. And his ACL gets blown out after he gets paid. It's not looking good for the Niners. And guys are going to get healthy. Kittle has an ankle thing going on as well. I'm looking at Brock Purdy, and I'm asking, all right, can you be the guy to elevate the talent around you? Because that's what the great quarterbacks do. Purdy has been in such a great situation when it comes to his talent, the coaching, the division. Now the weight is on his shoulders. What do you make of the situation over there in San Francisco?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting older. Their salary cap situation is brutal. If you can get McCaffrey back, I think you got a chance because he's so explosive. Samuel's still a guy that's very explosive. Jennings, good wide receiver. Kittle, they've got weapons. Their defense, obviously Fred Warner in the middle. They got a good defensive front as well. Their offensive line has struggled a little bit, as good as they are. I mean, they're really good. Their center's fantastic. Obviously, Trent Williams is still playing at a high level. But here's what's now with Brock Purdy. Every team knows his strength and weakness now. Mm-hmm. Every team. And he's good. He's good in the pocket. He's good with his feet. He's good at buying time. But they're going to take away your strength and force you into your weakness. And they're going to crowd the middle of the field. He's really good in the middle of the field. And he had three interceptions last week. Everybody's going to copy that game plan. They still got to match up, obviously, from a talent standpoint. This is it. I think this is why the Seahawks went and got Robertson Harris. I think this is why we shored up our linebacker spot. I think this is why we're getting healthier. Hopefully at the offensive line, hopefully we get Fant back. We're going to have Jerrell here as well. I think the Seahawks realize this is an opportunity to win the division this year.
Yeah, I feel it. That's why they're making these moves, make this team better and take advantage of a division that seems to be wounded right now, but the Rams trying to change all of that. But got work to do. All right, when we come back, we will go inside the film room. We got Ken Walker's 20-yard touchdown run. We got Geno Smith finding DK Metcalf, and then we have Boye Mafe strip sack of Kirk Cousins. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Don't let sinus problems, snoring, and allergies hold you back. I'm Dr. Ryan Stern with the Stern Sinus Center. Nasal congestion, sneezing, runny nose, snoring, facial pain are just a few sinus symptoms we can help you out with. From allergy workups and treatment to modern nasal breathing procedures to advanced outpatient balloon sinuplasty, we can diagnose and treat your problems. Let us help you get the relief you need easily, quickly, and permanently. Come see us in Federal Way and Auburn or at sternsinus.com. That's sternsinus.com.
Sometimes even heroes need rescuing.
I'm a retired firefighter, 27 years.
Kurt had severe pain in his knees and his shoulder, which was keeping him from enjoying his well-deserved retirement.
Loved to ski, loved to fish, and couldn't even walk 18 holes.
That's why Kurt decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
He was just awesome. He goes, yeah, give me a shot. And he took care of me. He stemmed my knee and my shoulder.
And how are you feeling now?
I was pain-free in 12 weeks. I play golf now pain-free, and it's awesome.
So you'd recommend this treatment to others in your situation?
Absolutely. Yeah, Dr. Wagner's, he's had a couple people call me, and I recommended that they do it.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
When an 18-wheeler ran a red light and took the life of a Tacoma man in 2021, his family trusted Davis Law Group to fight for them. And we recovered a $3.5 million settlement and held the trucking company accountable for his death. Accident victims have trusted Davis Law Group to win their case for the past 30 years. And hundreds of 5-star reviews from real clients are proof that we've earned that trust. Call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation, or get my free book on trucking accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
Hey there, Brock Heward with some huge news. The Federal Reserve has just cut interest rates by 50 basis points. That's half a point. That's more than what the markets were expecting, which means more savings for you. And if you're up at night feeling stressed and feeling the pinch of high-rate credit cards or personal loan payments, now might be the perfect time to consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage. You see, for over 25 years, Tila has been helping the good folks right here in Washington State save money by lowering their rates and monthly payments. You can unlock the equity in your home and pay off that high-interest debt. Consolidate your bills, reduce your monthly payments, and free up cash for what matters most. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is Washington's trusted source for honest and ethical mortgage advice, so don't wait. Call Tila Mortgage today at 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker, NMLS 2472046.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years, like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models? Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer.
Welcome back to Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus with Paul Moyer. Every Thursday, we are right here at 7 o'clock on Seattle Sports 710. Hey, make sure you get out to the Bellevue Collection Dining District. So many great restaurants to choose from. Today, we had our pre-show meal at Earl's. I had the chicken sandwich, truffle fries. It was bomb. It was good. It was good. What you have, Moyer?
I had the grilled salmon, some wild rice. I did get a couple of cheesecakes to go. They did mention their, was it Chilean sea bass?
Yeah.
I think it was Chilean sea bass. Looked amazing, but I'd already ordered the salmon, and then they said they've completely redone their menu. So if those who've been to Earl's before, which I've always liked their food, completely different menu. They talked about if you guys are into sushi rolls, they've redone those, and they were all raving about it. So, yeah, good stuff.
He said something like the GM, his name was Liam. He said there's like 16 items on the menu. They got rid of like 15 of them and switched it all up. So check out Earl's, man. It was a good situation. All right, let's talk.
What did I mention also?
What's that?
Earl's. What was so special about Earl's?
What was so special? Oh, that's where your daughter met her husband, right?
Daughter met her husband.
12 years ago.
Maybe 13 years ago. He was bartending. It's a funny story because I think they're listening right now. My daughter ordered some wine, and he was bartending at the time. And my son-in-law, who I love to death, one of my best friends, he doesn't know wine. So he makes a recommendation to her. It's the only time she's ever taken asked for the wine to go back and give her another glass. So but they've been together ever since, two little beautiful babies, and yeah, life is good.
I think that was on purpose because he wanted to keep talking, and then she'd be like, "Oh, take this bag." And that's a good move, my man.
He knows what he's doing.
Good move.
Yeah, Caton and Taylor.
All right. Well, congratulations to the Moyer family. Met at Earl's. If you're single, you might meet your special person at Earl's. You never know.
Go there.
You never know. All right, man, let's get into the film room. This first play we're going to break down is Ken Walker. He runs for a 20-yard touchdown early in the second quarter.
Second down and 5, a handoff to Walker. He's down to the 15, turns upfield 10, 5, touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker III over the right side. Who says those are rookies playing up there? Big hole. Walker takes it to the house from 20 yards out, and the Seahawks are a point away from going up 10-0 over the homestanding Falcons.
All right, that play right there was simple. It's like a zone right. All right, and what we're seeing is we got our producer in our ear. I told him he didn't send the plays.
Here you go. He
corrected me real
right
quick.
All
right, I got it. All right, so what happened is it's pretty much a zone right? It's a zone right. So all that means is everybody is blocking the guy in front of them essentially. And to the right side, you got the big boys. You got Michael Jerrell, who we'll talk to later, and you'll also have Chris Haynes. And those guys just dominate. You got body on a body, and then the center does a good job climbing to the second level, taking care of the Mike linebacker. So all you have to do if you're Ken Walker is make that safety miss. The most disrespectful part of this run is the block by DK Metcalf. You guys are watching. That's a block where DK had one hand on a man and was just dominating him. Me and DK would have to fight after that. You're not going to do me like that on TV. But
yeah,
Ken
but
Walker,
if he can,
hey,
what are you going to do?
I'm doing something. I'm swinging. I'm getting a penalty or something.
You know what? He would put his hand on your top of your head and been like your little kid coming up to you. Dad! You'd be swinging
That's
and
exactly
missing.
what it was. That's
I know.
exactly what it was. But nonetheless, man, that right side of the offensive line did a great job. Ken Walker being the special runner he is.
Our rookies, man, you described it well. I mean, offset, at K9 to the left, but he ends up going back to the right between our guard and tackle. It's just a great block by Michael Jerrell and our other rookie in Chris Haynes. I mean, that's the future, you guys, is there, and it's really well blocked. And here's the one thing. Once K9 gets into the open field and works towards the corner, there's no one fast enough to get him. And it's touchdown. This is now at least 3 of his touchdowns have been a similar type of finishing run by K9.
Yep. All right, this next play, Geno Smith finds DK Metcalf for a 31-yard touchdown right before halftime.
3rd down and 15. Geno from the shotgun. 3-man rush. Geno steps up. He's going to throw to the end zone. Got DK. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. What a bullet thrown by Geno Smith. DK Metcalf again between 2 defenders underneath the goalpost. Makes the reception on an absolute dime from 31 out. Holy catfish. What a play by the Hawks. They make it 16-7. And the fans here in Atlanta are just stunned.
What'd you see more?
Oh, man, this is so good, you guys. First of all, let's just talk about the situation. They already know. I'm going, kick the field goal. Kick the field. We got no timeouts left. Defenses are taught, well, don't give up a touchdown at this point. Give up the field goal. Clearly, Atlanta had shown something on film. They go and play a Tampa 2, cover 2. You do not want to play cover 2 down in the red zone. It's really hard on the safeties. It's just too much for me to cover. So I've got to protect the outside of the field or towards the sideline. So I've got to honor that. So the weakness of the defense is you pull both the safeties wide towards the sideline. The weakness of the defense is down the middle. Well, Tampa 2 is you have a linebacker sprint down the middle of the field and almost plays like a deep third safety also. That sounds really good on paper, except when you have a guy like DK Metcalf who's running down the seam, just widens the nickel just enough. That, to me, they didn't play it right. You've got to widen that slot guy. You can't let him go down the middle. You got to push him to the safety as best you can so he has a chance to make that play. So there's 10 seconds left, and I'm like, we got no timeout. So they're going to play the sideline, not to give up any more yards, and they're going to protect the end zone. Well, they didn't protect the end zone. So we're watching the play, and Coach McDonald explained it awesome. He goes, the first thing I was watching was the protection, and the protection was pretty good, and Geno stepped up in the pocket. So now there's nowhere to go. So the ball has to come out of his hand, and Coach McDonald says, wow, he's going to let it go, or he's going to take the shot type of thing. And I said the same thing. I was like, oh, he's taking the shot here. That ball traveled 41 to 42 yards in the air. He threw it from the 37-yard line. DK caught it 4 or 5 yards into the end zone. That is a long throw. And then again, now there's 4 seconds left on the clock. It's a brilliant throw. It's a brilliant play. It shows the trust that they have in Geno because there's no timeouts, Geno. You cannot take a sack. We cannot throw this ball inbounds. It has to go somewhere towards the sideline. We get out of bounds immediately, or the shot's got to be into the end zone. Credit to Grubb, credit to Coach McDonald, credit to Geno. all of that, and obviously just a great catch by DK. So it's just so many great things about that play.
All right, we got to be quick on this last one. Boye Mafe, strip sack of Kirk Cousins, picked up by Boye Mafe, ran back for a touchdown. Picked up by
Boye Mafe is in there at an inside rushing position. Robinson stays in the backfield for Atlanta. Cousins scrambles left side, gets hit, goes down, Mafe, ball comes out. Ball rolling, picked up far side. It's Hall down the far sidelines. He's going to score. Touchdown, Seahawks! Derek Hall on the sack by Boye Mafe. Cousins coughs it up, and Hall goes the distance. The second-year linebacker out of Auburn. He probably has a suite full of family and friends here watching. Cousins had nowhere to go with the ball. It's knocked away from Cousins by Boye Mafe. Picked up, and Hall takes it. 36 for the touchdown. The Seahawks up 30-14.
big play right there. You got Boye Mafe getting to Kirk Cousins, getting a hand on the football, and D. Hall rallying to the football, scoop and score, taking it to the house. 1 of 3 turnovers for your Seahawks. That was a great one. All heart and desire on that play. All right, when we come back, we will hear or see and talk to Michael Jerrell live and in person. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
All right, guys, you looking for a fun night out? It's Mike Salk here to remind you that Snoqualmie Casino is just the place to go, unwind, and have some fun, and to eat some great food. Make sure to check out 12 Moons. And then Vista Prime Steaks and Seafood has the amazing happy hour menu that starts at 4 p.m. And Falls Buffet, they're serving up all your favorites like the prime rib every day, the fresh pasta, made-to-order stir-fry, noodles, pizza, salad bar, dessert bar. They make their pies every day. All with breathtaking views of the Snoqualmie Valley and Mount Si. It is Seattle's closest, only 30 minutes from downtown, Snoqualmie Casino. Please game responsibly.
Hey, Brock Ewart here, and the Harnish Auto family is so excited to team up with the Carol Milgar Breast Center in the fight against breast cancer. For every test drive this month, they'll donate $25 in both Puyallup and Everett. Harnish Auto family. People matter.
Does your snoring keep others awake at night? Choking or gasping can be even worse. Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Kugler with the Washington Center for Sleep. Snoring is often a sign that something is wrong. Don't ignore it. We can help fix it. We specialize in treating snoring and sleep apnea so that you can get better sleep, giving you more energy and a more fulfilling, healthy life. Visit us in Seattle, Bellevue, or at wasleep.com. That's wasleep.com. Sleep better, feel better. That's the Washington Center for Sleep way.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about the bar. Not where you get drinks. I'm talking about the bar exam. That rigorous beast that's required to practice law. You've got to pass it, but not anymore. Soon students can pass on the bar exam instead of passing it. Can you imagine unlicensed electricians burning down the house? Plumbers? Yuck. Dentists? Ouch. Fortunately, all our lawyers have passed the bar exam with flying colors. And with that comes over 300 5-star reviews, over 30 years in business, and a 90% success rate getting cases reduced or dismissed. So call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. The world is changing fast. Rely on the best in the business. Bar none.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! Transform your home from top to bottom with State Roofing. Hi, it's Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. It's not just about a new roof, it's about a new look for your entire home. Deck out your backyard or give your exterior a facelift with our siding and window options. And there's no better time to start than now with our incredible offer. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Why wait to make your dream home a reality? We do more than just roofs. Visit stateroofing.com. Let's talk about what's possible for your home.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Seattle is home to Swedish CyberKnife, a non-invasive and highly precise treatment for prostate cancer. Swedish CyberKnife is the only CyberKnife center in the Pacific Northwest. Compared with other radiation treatments, which can last 6 to 9 weeks, CyberKnife treatment is much shorter, typically 5 days or less. CyberKnife advanced robotic technology can track your slightest body movement, adjusting in real time to deliver radiation with extreme accuracy, sparing healthy tissue. The vast majority of patients experience minimal side effects and can continue normal activities during treatment. CyberKnife offers curative cancer treatment while minimizing side effects and disruption to a patient's life. The experienced CyberKnife team has helped advance the field with research, protocols, and published findings. Swedish CyberKnife treats patients from all over Washington state. If you, a friend, or family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
Many families are struggling to rebuild after the recent hurricanes. Join Bonneville Seattle in our Hope After the Hurricanes initiative, partnering with the American Red Cross to deliver vital relief. Visit mynorthwest.com to donate and bring hope back to hurricane victims. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus with Paul Moyer every Thursday at 7 o'clock. We're right here on Seattle Sports 710. And now we are joined by rookie Michael Jerrell. Michael, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How y'all doing today?
Thanks for joining us on a Thursday, man. I love, one, me and Paul love football. Like, as soon as the Hawks games are over, we're watching film, we're texting each other. And before the game, we were saying, all right, let's see what this young man from Findlay does. And then after the game, we're like, did you see what this young man from Findlay did? How was your first, like, real reps out there in the NFL, consistently at least?
I would say, man, like, the feeling I had going into it, like, I was nervous, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had to depend on my vets and then just some of the other guys in the room. And they, and I had the whole offense and the whole team behind me. Even, everybody was excited for me. But when I got out there, the first play, I was like, just run off the ball and, be physical. And then after that, I was like, okay, it ain't as bad as people make it seem like, man, but, it felt good.
Was it a run play, your first play?
I think it was a run play, yeah.
Okay,
it was a run play, yeah.
There you go.
Actually, it was play action pass.
Play action pass? I mean, somebody told me before the game that you won't remember none of the plays you had. Like, you won't remember, and I don't remember any play. I was just out there just, like, in the zone, just trying to make sure I had the right assignments and stuff. But for the most part, I was just trying to make sure I could put some good stuff on tape, I didn't want to be the reason. I didn't want to let the team down. That was like in my mind. Don't let the team down. Don't be the reason. And that's the mindset I went with the game.
Well, you definitely didn't let the team down. And look, at the end of the day, it's just football, right? And you've played a lot of football. I mean, you started all 4 years in college, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not like you haven't played a lot of football. Now, they are bigger. They're faster. They're better. Talk about what your impression was. Okay, wow, these are live bullets. Did you think it was about what you expected? Easier, harder?
I would say, like, it was. I would say it's easier, but because training camp, when you go through a whole NFL training camp, like, it's nothing like that. Even those joint practices, like, those are like wars out there every day. And then even the Seahawks practice that we had over the summer, like wars. And then going into the game, it just felt like, I don't know, it just felt easy, felt lax, felt like, I mean, obviously, like, the tension's there because it's a game, money's on the line, playoff positions on the line, like, all that's on the line, so it's, like, more intense, but practices in the summer were definitely harder.
Man, you have a great story. I was talking to Paul and Nass over dinner, and we were saying that, because of social media and just the access people have to you guys, it's not surprising that a young man from a D2 makes it to the NFL, man. When did you realize that this was a real thing? Because I'm sure going into school, this was your ultimate goal, but when did it become real? Like, okay, I could really make this, my life in the future.
I I would say like when I had got my first start, in like the full season, not like after the pandemic, but in the full season going to my, I think that was like my 4th year, and I had my first full season starting. The first game we played against like the #1 team at D2, and they had guys that were like NFL prospects. Like they had a guy, Caleb Murphy.
Yep.
And I had a good game against him. It didn't get a. I think he may have had 1 pressure, no sacks, and out of the whole entire time I played him like the 2 games. And I was like, okay, if he's an NFL prospect, I can play at the next level. And then just seeing guys that I grow up with, and I'm like I remember playing with these dudes. Like they get NFL attention, I can get that too. So I'm like, all right, I can do it.
Yep.
And then once, I put on the weight, started getting stronger, the technique started getting a little bit better. Then everything just took off for me.
If you played that game again, what did you learn from it? What would you do different? It could be anything. It could be technique. It could be, the bull rush got me. What is it that you learned in that game?
Don't overthink. Like I learned, don't overthink. I think a little bit of myself, I was overthinking it because I'm personally chasing perfection, and you ain't gonna have the perfect rep. You ain't gonna have your hands in the perfect spot. Your feet's not gonna be in the perfect spot. Eyes and everything. And just don't overthink it. Like, it's just football at the end of the day. I mean, obviously, like you said, bigger, faster, stronger, and better football players. But at the end of the day, I'm a grown man. He's a grown man. We put our shoes on the same way. Just go out there and do a job and don't overthink it.
What either Paul always asks this question or I do. We go back and forth because we both played, and one of the things I miss the most is just the chatter that happens on a football field. There is nothing like it. Dudes get borderline crazy out there, and I miss that. What's your approach? Are you the talking type? Or are you the quiet type? How do you approach it?
I'm pretty much quiet until somebody get me riled up for the most part. Like, I don't know, like, you get to saying something that I don't like, then I go, okay, now we got to start talking and exchanging words. But for the most part, I like to stay cool, calm, and not feed too much into it. Like I'm not gonna do, like, when I do get going, I'm not gonna do nothing to go get a penalty,
right?
And stuff. I know when to stop, but just we make a big play, I'm gonna talk a little bit. We get a first down, I'm gonna talk a little bit. Or our pancaking, I'm definitely gonna talk. So it's like I gotta need some plays, need some excitement to happen. Then I'll say something.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a few favorite plays in that game. We were just showing actually. Steve Rabel made the call. I think it was the first touchdown, K9.
20-yard run.
It was 40-yard run. You got Christian Haynes was in. You're in. You got the kick out. Christian Haynes looks like he's got the hook. Obviously, K9 takes it the distance. I mean, you guys are the future of that offensive line. Was there a favorite play in that game for you?
I would say that was probably the favorite play. That and then the bomb Geno threw down at the end of the half.
That was special.
Yeah, that was a special play. I like those 2 plays. And then just getting Ken in the end zone, he's sick and stuff. Like, he was sick going through it. And I'm like, you could see it. That's why when he fell to the ground, he was just like, man, exhausted. But it's always good to get your running back into the end zone. Yeah. I love passing the ball. I love when the receivers get in there. But when the running back gets in the end zone, it's just something special because that shows the true grit of the offensive line and opening up holes and stuff. And that's what we did.
That last play before the half, there's 10 seconds left. There's no timeouts. You guys are on the 31-yard line. I'm going, kick the field goal. Got no timeouts. Defenses aren't going to give you a shot in the end zone. They're going to maybe protect the sidelines a little, but they're in field goal range. What was said in the huddle? I mean, was there anything said by Geno? Because, I mean, he stepped up in the pocket. Once that happens, there's no point of return there, right? I mean, we can't take a sack. What was said in that play? Because it was such a big play in that game.
Nothing.
Nothing?
We just normal day in the office right there. That's just get a call, get a ball to 7, man. He go make a play. Like, he gonna do something. Give him time. He gonna make a play. And that was our mindset. Just make a play. Get 7 time. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Just call the play. All right, what's the play? All right, let's go get it.
Yeah, that's his mindset going to every play. Cause like we got the receivers, we got all the skills. Just O-line, okay, I got your back, you got my back. Let's give him some time, and he's gonna go make a play. And that's our mindset going on every play.
So you said earlier in our conversation that once you put on weight, you realize, all right, I can do this. So were you a tight end in high school? Did you touch the rock, or have you always had your hand in the dirt?
I played tight end my sophomore year on varsity, and then I got a touchdown.
There you go.
Yeah, so I played that for a year, but I was also like my high school didn't have an actual tight end in the system, just a package, so that allowed me to play JV as well. So I played JV and varsity tight end, JV offensive tackle. And then the next year they tried to move me to defense. I really wasn't feeling defense. Like, that wasn't me. Like I could play it, but it just wasn't me. And then the next year, my senior year, they said, okay, we're gonna make you a full-time offensive tackle. You're gonna get schools, you're gonna get a scholarship, and it just took off from there.
There you go.
You're from Indianapolis, Indiana. That's hoop time, man. That's the national pastime is right there. Every guy we know that played for the Seahawks thinks they're a basketball player. You look like you were a basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my high school's known for basketball players. A couple of the Teagues, Jeff Teague, Marcus Teague,
Okay.
R.J. Hunter, Courtney Lee. Those are a few. They were actually all first-round draft picks. It's kind of crazy, all from the same high school.
Man.
It's four. My high school has 4 first-round draft picks in the NBA.
Dang.
How good were you?
I mean, I was all right.
You can tell.
I was all right. I'd say I was more of a defensive player than a post player. Not much of a scorer, but an extra effort guy. Go get the rebound.
Yeah.
Okay, just their best big on the team. Go shut him down. Just doing the little stuff that people didn't want to do.
So you're from Indiana. The cold don't bother you then, huh?
Nah.
I'm from it, but
Yeah, I'm from it, but I don't like it like that. Like it's cool, but it ain't that bad. Northwest Ohio way colder than Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, spend a winter in Northwest Ohio, man. You probably hate it. I ain't gonna lie. It's terrible.
where is Findlay from where you grew up?
3 hours. It's 3 hours from 3 hours from Indianapolis. 3 hours actually from my house.
I had heard, that, particularly now with all this NIL stuff and opportunities to play, 5th years and 6 years, you could have certainly gone and moved from Division II and played for some Power 5 teams, my guess. But you talked about the loyalty at Findlay. You mind just sharing, why you stayed all 4 years?
Yeah, I stayed all 4 years because I was a part of something like when I got to Findlay was just now building up a program. Like they had just came off their first playoff appearance in NCAA since they've been a Division II school. And there was a year removed from that, coming the next year, and I was being a part of a program that was just starting to build stuff, and I wanted to stay there my entire time. Like I didn't want to. I thought about leaving for sure. I had a conversation with my coach actually. We sat in the office for like 2 hours, just talking about like opportunities and stuff. Like because obviously you got to give it some thought. And at the end of that meeting, I decided on my own like I ain't leaving. Like, I want to stay here. I want to keep building up, keep showing the guys for the future that you can make it out of here too. You don't need to leave. And hopefully I've set a great example for those guys, and they don't want to leave. They want to stay there and continue to keep playing with their brothers because that's the most important thing about football. You playing with your brothers. Without them, there's no me. And like we complement each other. And I wouldn't trade any of the memories or the good times I've had with them for nothing or no amount of money.
You're a dying breed, brother. Dying breed. That's awesome to hear, man. Awesome to hear. But before we get you out of here, man, how do you like Seattle? It's different. It's a different place.
Yeah.
You either love it or you hate it. Most people love it.
I think it's cool. Like people be like, it rains. I'm like, it don't even rain like that for real. It drizzles. It's like a drizzle. I mean, it's like a drizzle right now. It ain't bad, but it's cool, man. I like it. Like a lot of food though. A lot of food. Like you can go anywhere. You get some food. People are friendly here. Like people are easy to talk to. You can go up to anybody and talk to them. People have been welcoming. A lot of the fans like I've met, even if I don't even tell them I play football, like they're very welcoming. And I remember I was in an Uber car. I was in an Uber driver car, and I was just talking to him about football. I didn't even tell him I was on the football team. We were just sitting there talking. Like everybody's pretty much, real cool for the most part.
12s are nuts out here.
Yeah. 12s are nuts, man. But it's like a good nuts though. It's like good. It comes from a good heart. Like they want us to succeed. Just like you want anybody. You're a fan of something. You want them to win. You want to see the best product out there and then put on for your hometown. Like that's what you want to see. Just like how I was a fan for the Colts when I was a kid. I wanted to see the Colts win every year, and I can see how every fan in the league wants to see that.
Well, you don't have to practice silent count this week because they do know when to be quiet and they know when to yell. So
Yeah.
you guys will be good.
All right, we'll get you out of here. But people are going to assume you play football, Mike. Just going to let you know that right now.
Actually, somebody asked me, "Do you play basketball?" I was like, I was finna tell him I'm Greg Oden for a second.
All right, you guys, give it up one more time for Michael Jerrell, man. We appreciate you taking time. When we come back, Paul Moore and I will talk that. That is next here on Hawks Live.
At Shane Company, we'll help you create a ring as unique as your love story. We have the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple picked out a blue sapphire that perfectly matched her eyes, and they left knowing her ring was truly one of a kind. That's what happens at Shane Company. Come check us out. You might just fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
In the wake of recent hurricanes, many families are struggling to rebuild their lives. But together we can bring hope and help where it's needed most. Join Bonneville Seattle in our Hope After the Hurricanes initiative. We're partnering with the American Red Cross to deliver vital relief to those affected. Your donation, no matter how small, helps provide food, shelter, and medical assistance to those in urgent need. Donate now and help bring hope back to hurricane victims. Visit mynorthwest.com for more information.
Are you looking for a construction loan to build your dream home? Are you a local builder needing a better financing option for your next spec project? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Stop wasting time with local banks and credit unions and their endless guidelines. We're the experts for common sense residential construction loans. We lend our own money, we make our own decisions. And if your deal makes sense, we'll get it done fast with flexible terms. For homeowners, we advise you every step of the way with things like budget and timeline, ensuring the completion of your dream home. For builders, Legacy's not only your lender, we'll source your next deal, provide permitting services, and if you're short on equity, we'll invest alongside of you. Legacy Group Capital has lent more than $1 billion, helping over 130 local builders and hundreds of homeowners. We can help you.
Construction loans don't have to be hard. Borrow smart with a common sense construction loan from Legacy Group Capital. Visit LegacyG.com. LegacyG.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 2 tickets to see Disturbed live Climate Pledge Arena May 5th. Head to seattlesports.com/win to enter and see contest rules. That's seattlesports.com/win for your chance to win.
All right, guys, you're looking for a fun night out. It's Mike Salk here to remind you that Snoqualmie Casino is just the place to go, unwind, and have some fun, and to eat some great food. Make sure to check out 12 Moons. And then Vista Prime Steaks and Seafood has the amazing happy hour menu that starts at 4 p.m. And Falls Buffet, they're serving up all your favorites like the prime rib every day, the fresh pasta, made-to-order stir-fry, noodles, pizza, salad bar, dessert bar. They make their pies every day. All with breathtaking views of the Snoqualmie Valley and Mount Si. It is Seattle's closest, only 30 minutes from downtown, Snoqualmie Casino. Please game responsibly.
At Sound Pain Solutions, some of the most difficult cases we see are patients suffering from failed back surgery syndrome. Bill is an avid golfer, but his pain got so bad he couldn't play and was considering surgery.
My back was killing me. I could not play any more golf. I could not walk more than half a block. I did not want surgery on my back, and I researched many different ways of getting this fixed. Behind that was horror stories from my friends who had back surgery, but it wasn't worth it. And I just made conclusion to that. There's got to be another way.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. We were able to get Bill back on the course without the risk of surgery. We did this using non-invasive, FDA-cleared procedures like non-surgical decompression, laser, pressure wave, and bioelectrical treatments. Now, Bill is back to playing golf and enjoying life. Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatment by calling Sound Pain Solutions or visiting soundpainsolutions.com.
Shop Mazda of Everett and find out why Mazda of Everett is Washington's largest Mazda dealer. Mazda of Everett on Highway 99 in Everett or online at mazdaofeverett.com.
It's time to talk that talk with Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer on Hawks Live.
This is Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus with Paul Moyer. We were just joined by Michael Jerrell. Man, the Hawks do a good job getting just good human beings in this organization. You can tell that's exactly who Michael is. All right, man. So let's talk that talk, man. This is when we put a topic out there and Moyer says if it's right or wrong, and I say if it's right or wrong, and either we agree or we disagree.
And then he sends me flowers because he was mean to me. He apologizes.
No, and then he invites me to one of his country club memberships because he was mean to me.
And do you show?
Do I show?
Do you show up when I invite you?
To the country club? No. You haven't invited me to one of those yet.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Newcastle Country Club.
Newcastle Country Club. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You want me to go?
No, I'll go first.
All right, what you got?
Look, the Hawks, I was going to ask you kind of a tease to this, but it won't work. Hawks have made back-to-back trades 2 weeks in a row. Trade deadline's still coming up. I think the Seahawks think they have a good team. So my question to you, the Seahawks are not done making trades before the deadline.
Ooh. All right, so you got to talk about the parts of the team that needed to be addressed. Defensive line, for sure, they did that.
Good.
Linebackers, for sure, they did that. The next, you would think, is the offensive line. But you got Abe Lucas, who's been cleared to practice for 21 days. George Fant seems like he is coming back. Are they going to address that guard spot? I think they're looking at the offensive line and saying, we're going to get better from within. So they're not going to make a move on the offensive line. But I think somewhere they're going to throw another guy in there. I think they've done a great job getting ahead of things. You got Roy Robinson, who's here. You got Ernest, who they just picked up. But something tells me they're going to grab another player. I just don't know who it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be with the offensive line. I think they got some young talent they're going to let go. So, yeah, I think they'll grab somebody. I just don't know where it's going to come from. It's going to be like a special teams type of player.
That's a trade now. That's different than picking someone up off the street. I think they're done trading if everything stays as is.
As far as
in other words, look, if DK Metcalf all of a sudden his injury was longer, then maybe they go get a wide receiver. I think offensive line, you've got Lucas, Fant coming back. They've got some options there. I do believe the guards have improved. I thought Bradford, that was his best game.
Yep.
You also looked at Christian Haynes. He had that big block there on that touchdown run. He's starting to get like 14, 15 snaps, keep improving, because his big thing is just, improve on the strength, right? You got to get strong inside there. Good pass protector. So I think without injuries, I think we stay as there's really not a lot of cap space left. We didn't have a lot in this last one, but we traded with a guy who's on a rookie contract. I believe he's still on a rookie contract, and gave up Baker, who was, a few $1 million more than that. So maybe there's a little bit left. So I'm going to say no unless there's an injury.
Okay. All right, next up, the Seahawks will be 6-3 heading into the bye week.
Who do we play after this? I only look 1 week at a time, my friend.
I'm with you.
I know. Oh, we got the Rams coming up. No, we got the Rams coming up after Buffalo. Who's out there? Somebody text me this. We should know. I literally don't know. I mean,
I'm with you 100%.
You gotta.
No, that's not working.
I could go to my calendar. That's gonna be quicker.
I got you.
I need to know who we play after Buffalo. we do play the Rams, right?
Yep, the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. Okay.
Rams just beat Minnesota.
No, I know. Is it at the Rams? No, I don't think it really matters. The Rams play us tough here. We play them
It's at home.
tough there. Home. We got back-to-back home games here. Look, here's why I'm going to say yes. We have to. We don't have that many home games left after these next two. I mean, we got to, towards the end of the season, I think we're 3 out of 4 on the road. I think it's imperative that we're 6-3 going into the bye week. So I'm going to say yes. It's actually not imperative. We're 5-4. We're fine because the division's not going to run away from us right now. But I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Even though those are 2 tough games.
I'm going to say yes as well. And I'm going to say yes because the Niners have the Cowboys and the Buccaneers coming up. That Niners-Cowboys game is going to be so intriguing to me. Like, what are the Niners going to do? Are they really falling off? Are the Cowboys going to try to figure something out so we don't have to hear excuses from Jerry Jones for another week or so? That game, they need to make that America's Game of the Week because there's so much we're going to find out about those two teams. Yeah. I'm going to say yes, but this week, our game is Game of the Week, America's Game of the Week. Yeah, but I'm going to say yes, 6-3 for sure. I'm with that.
This is a huge game. And you know what? For us to win, we got to have some big, huge performances. Josh Allen's playing really well. 12 touchdowns, no interceptions, only been sacked 9 times. They're 5-2. So Geno Smith, though, will outplay Josh Allen this week.
Man, so Geno Smith, like a peak Geno Smith game to me, 2 touchdowns, 250 yards. Because if you do that, and he's not throwing the ball 50 times, which I don't like, that means that the run game is going. And that means he's taking care of the football. I think this is the game that Josh Allen finally throws an interception and turns the ball over. So as explosive and dynamic as Josh Allen is, I'm going to go with Geno and say he outplays him in his way. A Geno type of game, avoiding the sacks, getting the football out on time. 250, 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen's going to throw a pick. He's only been sacked like 8-9 times, something like that too. It's
9,
crazy.
I mean, that's really a low number. But Cousins last week, same thing. He hadn't been sacked very much, and we got 3 on him, 3 interceptions, and so it's there. I don't know if it needs to be statistically. I think you'll know it when you see it. Right. And so, to me, it's one of those games that you said that he makes the big time throw at the critical moment. Talking about Geno, that he does not turn the ball over unless it's a Hail Mary at halftime or something. But I mean, in the game moment, no interceptions. Big throw, 3rd down and 8. And he's got to put it in that window. Those things. He avoids that sack. And then I think I think if we're behind, it's going to be hard to force Josh into problems.
Right.
We've got to get the lead, I think, early and force Josh to have to say, okay, I got to win this game on my own. And I think we really will see it. So we'll know it when we see it, and I think he's going to. It's a home game. I don't think Geno's had a bad game this year. The 49ers are one where he didn't play well. He had that 1 interception. That, to me, is about the only interception that was his fault this year, the first drive. So we can't have any of those. He's got to play darn near a perfect game for this to happen.
All right, last one I got for you.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant has earned a role on this team even when Rayshawn Jenkins returns.
Ooh. You usually don't give up starting spots unless the guy's clearly earned that spot. So what do I mean by that? Rayshawn Jenkins, I don't want to say he had busts, but he had some bad angles, some giving up some big plays. I like Rayshawn Jenkins a lot. I think no matter what, Kobe's going to find a place on that field, whether that's the 3rd safety at times. He's shown in the run game that he's an impact as well. He's downhill when he reads things. He's fast with it. Matter of fact, the only play that I thought was kind of a negative was a positive, and that positive was he came down, just laid the guy. I mean, he hit him really hard, the running back. I think it was Robinson, maybe it's the other running back, but he bounced just enough, and the guy ended up having like a 30-yard run. That was about the only negative play I saw from him. So, yeah, I think Kobe, if he continues this, has earned the right to be on that field.
I'm with you 100%. Great rookie year for Kobe. Gets hurt towards the end of the year. I believe it was a foot or something like that. You draft Witherspoon. And that's the NFL shuffle. Guys kind of get moved around a little bit, and if they haven't seen you do much lately, not like they forget about you, but they give other guys opportunities. He took advantage of his opportunity. I was so happy to see Kobe Bryant do his thing, man. So, yeah, I'm with you. Kobe Bryant is going to be on that field more often, even when Rayshawn returns. All right, that was Talk That Talk. When we come back, we will give you our final thoughts and keys to victory. That is next here on Hawks Live.
So I formed Davis Law Group about 30 years ago, and I would get, the same questions from people about what to do in the case of an accident. Do you need a lawyer? To the point where I decided that I would at least write a book which would answer the common questions that I would receive as a lawyer. Once I wrote my first book, it proved to be hugely popular. I decided to write then a series of books in different accident cases so that we could really teach people about their rights, how to protect them, and how to decide on whether they need a lawyer and what lawyer to hire. I've found in my career that having a client that is educated and knowledgeable about their particular type of case really helps the client and also usually ends up making the case or the claim more successful. To get your free copy of any of my Washington accident books, visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
You gotta love football season, but when it comes to your windows and doors, you don't want any fumbles. Steve Rabel here, reminding you to trust locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their selection of windows and doors can't be beat, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Right now, get 0% interest for 24 months with equal payments or 40% off qualifying installs. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com.
Stream every Seattle sports show with the Seattle Sports app. Brought to you by Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center Proton Therapy. Get new videos, podcasts, and articles on the Seahawks and Mariners from your favorite Seattle sports personalities daily.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Summer's over and you've had your fun, but now it's time to get back on track. Stop feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and start being excited about the new you that's possible. We want to be your teammate. No gimmicks, no tricks, no drugs. Just teaching you how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine and keep it off for the long term. We know the secret for fast and lasting weight loss using real healthy foods and lifestyle strategies designed to reset your metabolism. Schedule your free consultation online at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
There's a lot of things I love about this Eastside Weight Loss Clinic program, and it's not just the 35 pounds that I lost in 8 weeks. That was big, but it's keeping it off. It's the sustainability, and this program does it better than anyone else.
Our program has successfully helped thousands of people lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 60 days. You can start our program in person in Kirkland or virtually from anywhere you live. Schedule your free phone consultation today by calling 425-588-0080 or eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live, the final segment. Our true soldiers are still here, showing love and support. They're not just here for the free stuff.
Yeah, they are.
They're here for Paul Moyer.
No.
That's why they are here.
No, they think that you have one more raffle that's coming here. So
I got a raffle. Whoever wins this one can listen to Bump and Stacy for free tomorrow, 10 to 2.
Yeah,
we got you.
You can go get the...
You know what? Actually, everybody wins that one. Holler at you guys tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
You can go. The Seahawks have Hawks Live, and 710 Seattle Sports has Hawks Live. You guys can listen to it again. And it's Saturday morning, too, right?
Yep.
Every Saturday morning. I forget that, and people will start texting me. They hear it more on Saturday than tonight, and all of a sudden they go, "Are you doing the show right now?" And I go, "What show are you talking about? Saturday's my day off." No. And, so you can listen to a bunch.
I've been driving with my kids. They're like, "Dad, that guy sounds like you." I go, "Really?"
Me?
Does he? No, our show.
You sound
Our
like
show.
you.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, that sounds
I know
like
that
you.
guy. All right, man. It's this is going to be a tough game.
It
man.
is gonna be
It's
tough.
going to be tough. The Bills have a culture that has stood the test of 5, maybe 6 seasons. And when you have a franchise quarterback like Josh Allen, you always have a chance. And now you've given him a weapon in Amari Cooper. You know you have a chance. But I like the Hawks' chances. I like what they've done when it comes to improving their defense. They're getting healthy at the right time. And the offense has been pretty consistent other than maybe one game this year. So how do they get it done?
It's going to be tough. Defensively, they're just really well coached. I like some of their players. Now, they did say Bernard's, one of their linebackers, is not going to play.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. He is a really good football player. He takes care of the middle of that field in the passing game. He's just one of those guys who's so fun to watch. So I'm happy. I'm not going to have fun watching him, hopefully, this week, because he say he's got an ankle. It's tough. They do some timely blitzes, right, where it's just you go, oh, okay, really good. They'll do like a delay blitz, just let you slide away at the right time. So, or a back is looking as soon as he moves, boom, and goes to the wide route. They'll send somebody. We're going to have to work for everything on this thing. So, but we're capable. I mean, again, I like our talent. I think we're getting better again at the offensive line. Tough game. I mean, pretty simple, man. Don't give up big plays.
Yeah.
Win the turnover battle. There's 5 plays each game that are critical moments. You got to win 3 of those 5. It's a really good matchup, I think, between Geno Smith, Josh Allen. Great opportunity because, I've been told you got taking a little heat on X, defending Geno, and people say, well, Josh Allen. I go, Josh Allen's a great player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not. Lamar Jackson, great player. This would be a really good one for Geno to shine.
You know how I describe Geno is that he is good for this team, this situation. Like it works for him. Just like Brock Purdy's good for his, Lamar is good for theirs. There are some guys who are physically more talented, but I think the more the NFL changes, the more we're seeing just be good for your situation. Jared Goff is a top 3 quarterback in the league right now. And when you look at his attributes, what he brings to the table, and you line him up against some of the best, you're not going to pick him first. You're not going to pick him second, maybe not even top 5. But for what the Lions are asking him to do, he's good for that. That's the way I look at Geno. And Geno's getting better, and he's 34 years old, and he's getting better. The question this weekend for me, Paul, who's going to step up if DK doesn't play? What does this offense look like if DK doesn't play? Because he has the most 20-yard receptions in the game right now. He's got 11, the most 20-yard receptions, and that threat does something to a defense. So I'm looking at JSN, Lockett, maybe Laviska, Bobo, and saying who's going to step up and how does the potential absence of DK affect the way that Grubb calls a ball game?
I've seen Geno do this before, and he just says, what are you giving me? I think Geno's one of the smarter quarterbacks in the league. I think the way that he analyzes the defense quickly. Geno, I would love for people to just go and watch film and let me coach this thing up.
Watch film with you. So
yes. I can really
him.
show what he's looking at and how he moves his feet and the amount of pressure that comes that he still avoids and gets the ball out. He will take it as long as he needs to. So in other words, if you give me 5 seconds, I'm going to let the place extend.
Yep.
If I got to get rid of this thing in 1.8 seconds, I know where to go with it. Again, the challenge, the times he gets in trouble, and it's not necessarily his fault, is you've taken away everything quick, and there's gut pressure. And sometimes he's not sure where to go with that, but not many quarterbacks do. So, this is, I think if you don't have DK, I think this is a beautiful Grubb, Geno game plan together, and you go, where the ball goes, nobody knows.
Yeah.
And by the way, give me a heavy dose of running.
Heavy dose.
Because K9 is a weapon. K9 is a big play guy. They talk about big plays, 20 yards or more in a pass game. K9 has that ability if we can get to him into the second level.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good. I'm excited to see what we do.
K9 hasn't had a 100-yard game since week 1 against Denver. And I think he's overdue. You got to get this man the ball. And I think with the offensive line taking steps in the right direction, we'll see if to start this week how much Haynes is involved in the game plan. They might be due, Moye. They might be due for a big one.
Feeling good?
All right. Hey, well, my man.
Feeling good?
Moya. Special thanks to Sal Capaccio, Josh Jobe, Michael Jerrell for joining the show. Our board operator, Max Strobel. On-site engineer is the lovely Brenna Rogers. Production assistant is Ashley Oakes. And our executive producer, Nasser Chobe. The Seahawks pregame show is live this Sunday starting at 10 a.m. Until next time, Michael Bumpus, Paul Moya. This is Hawks Live.
Hawks Live. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Download the Seattle Sports app to get breaking news notifications on the Hawks and read the latest analysis on the Hawks at seattlesports.com. Seattle Sports, your home for Brock and Salk.
You go back to having Joe Buck on. Remember, I asked Joe, hey, what does Troy really say about Gino? And he says, this dude absolutely can rip it. Honestly, have you seen a wobbly pass from Geno Smith this year?
No.
Tight spiral lasers all over the field. But just that little bounce around, step up into the pocket. He's done some real damage. He did it to the Lions. He did it on the road last week. And hopefully he can do the same against the Bills on Sunday with the #1 crew in all the land calling the game.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Hey, Mike Salk here. You looking for a fun night out? Snoqualmie Casino's just the place to go. Breathtaking views of the Snoqualmie Valley, great live entertainment, amazing happy hour options. So check them out at snocasino.com. It is Seattle's closest Snoqualmie Casino.
In the wake of recent hurricanes, many families are struggling to rebuild their lives. But together we can bring hope and help where it's needed most. Join Bonneville Seattle in our Hope After the Hurricanes initiative. We're partnering with the American Red Cross to deliver vital relief to those affected. Your donation, no matter how small, helps provide food, shelter, and medical assistance to those in urgent need. Donate now and help bring hope back to hurricane victims. Visit mynorthwest.com for more information.
Roof now, pay later. Hi, I'm Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. Take advantage of our 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to a year. We've partnered with leading lenders to make the replacement or repair of your roof affordable. Flexible financing options are available to take the worry out of an unexpected expense. Call us today at 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule a free no-obligation estimate or visit us at stateroofing.com. That's stateroofing.com.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
You're losing your hair and you want a simple solution that works, and you want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Parango and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, they were recently crowned 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. 425-449-8185. If you qualify, get $250 off and $250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185. Refine your hairline with a team that's redefined hair restoration. AdvancedHair.com.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends. And explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
My Seahawks jersey is more than just a piece of clothing.
It's a symbol of the unique spirit of my city.
Creating a sense of community and belonging.
A bond uniting us and a love for the game. This is my jersey.
This is my jersey.
This is my jersey.
This is the Pro Shop. You can find your new favorite jersey at the Seahawks Pro Shop. Shop online at Seahawks.com or visit us at the Landing in Renton or Lumen Field.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty,